Hey guys, Extrasify here. Welcome back to another video. I just wanted to bring you guys another top 10 ways people are making millions in Dragonflight because you guys liked the first video so much, so thank you for the love on that video. One thing I want to say real quick is this list is not in any particular order, but you should give each of these a try. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Alright guys, starting off at number 10, we have the Enchant Weapon Crusader formula. Now this is farmed in the Eastern Plaguelands, right here at the bottom right. And essentially, you're just going to want to go around and kill these Scarlet people. In particular, the only ones that can drop it are the Scarlet Archmage and the Scarlet Praetorians. Now, according to Wowhead, the Scarlet Archmage have about a 2% drop chance, and you basically go around as I'm doing and kill them all. Now, in order to speed up the respawns of the Archmages, I recommend killing all of the mobs around here so that it will make the respawns a bit better. Now, if you're having any trouble waiting on respawns or anything like that, I might recommend just parking a alt here, doing a full clear, and then logging out and doing something else. But at the moment, this formula is about 57,000 gold on my auction house, and you can expect to get one or so per hour. Alright, and coming in at number 9, we have the loaded gnomish dice. Now this is a rogue pickpocketing only, and essentially you have to come to Oldham here on the map up towards the northwest side, and you'll just go around and pickpocket all of these packs of mobs. Now, the dice in question is a toy, and it is worth anywhere from about 30k to 60, 70,000. On my realm at the moment, it's about 50,000, and you can expect to get about one of these per hour. Now, as you can see in the video, if you sap the leader of each of these little groups, it will make all of the other ones stand still, making it much easier to go around and pickpocket. Now, some people like to not kill them and just fly around and then wait for their pockets to respawn with more loot. But I personally just like pickpocketing them all and then killing them, as I believe it's a little bit quicker than waiting on respawns. But yeah, this one's pretty solid, and you can expect to get 1 to 2 per hour. Coming in at number 8, we have the Throne of Thunder Battle Pet Farms. Now, there are a plethora of pets that you can expect to get from here that drop from various bosses. Just make sure to run this on 25 Heroic. In my experience, that has the better drop chance, but it's all about a 10 to 15% drop chance per pet. But the pets we're after are the Pygmy Direhorn, the Living Sandling, the G-Coon Hatchling, the Living Fluid, the Vicious Horror, and the Son of Animus. Now, each of these pets go for anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000 gold each, depending on your realm, and this raid really doesn't take too long to do. Now, along with this, you also have a chance at getting 2 mounts. While you cannot sell these mounts, it is nice to just add to your collection, and I personally am a very big fan of the Clutch of G-Coon. It's one of my favorite mounts, so aside from getting rare battle pets, you have the chance of getting some mounts for your collection. Alright, and number 7 is a bit of a multi-farm, and we are farming for a few things, 2 battle pets as well as some nice skinning materials. Now what I'm talking about here is the Emerald Whelpling from the Noxious Whelps up here in Feralus. Then you also have a chance for the Feralus Zone Drop, the Sprite Darter Hatchling. As well as that, we have the chance for the Green Whelp Scales. Now, I've highlighted this farm in the past in some of my other videos, but I am such a big fan of this farm because, as well as farming for the rare battle pets, you're always going to be getting some great raw materials such as the heavy leather, the thick leather, and the green whelp scales in particular are expensive because you can only get them from 1 or 2 mobs in the game, these being one of them. Now, these are actually going for a pretty nice price on the auction house. They're going anywhere from about 30 to 50 gold each. Now, since we have the region-wide auction house, that just means these are going to sell ever so faster, and as well as the rare chance for the battle pets, you're still having a good income with the raw materials. So make sure to bring a skinner to this farm, and good luck with the drops. And coming in at number 6, we have the Gundrak Hatchling. Now, this is farmed in Gundrak in Northrend, up by the top right area over here. And you just want to go around and kill these Gundrak Raptors. Now, one tip with this is to make a macro with the slash target Gundrak Raptor, and then on the next line, slash cast Moonfire or whatever instant kill spell you have. That way you're not looking around trying to find them, and it makes it quite a bit easier. Now this battle pet is obviously a pretty rare drop, but you can also have some gathering professions to make some extra gold while doing this. Along with that, the battle pet on my realm is worth 50,000 gold, and it's worth about 40 to 60k on most realms. So good luck with the drops when you give this farm a try. Coming at number 5, we have the Savage Leather Farm. Now, I recently made a video highlighting this farm. I'll have it linked in the description if you want to check that video out. But basically, you'll want to come down here to the very south Oldham in Cataclysm's version, not the BFA one with Enzoth, and make sure to bring a potion of treasure finding. Now, what we will be doing here is stepping on these eggs, spawning a bunch of little baby crocolisks, and killing and skinning them. Now, go ahead and loot them all, and you'll be getting a bunch of volatiles as well as elementium ore, pyrium ore, and of course savage leather. This farm is very good for materials, and it's a very steady farm as well, and it's one of my favorites. Next on the list, we have farming for arcane crystals while mining in Silithus. Now, some people like to mine in Ungoro Crater or even Eastern Plaguelands, but I believe that by far the best results is in Silithus. Now, you'll be getting a plethora of other gems while mining the small thorium and the rich thorium veins, but what we're after, of course, are the arcane crystals. Now these go for about 500 gold a pop, and you can expect to get anywhere between 35 and 40 of these per hour. If you have any competition, just make sure to put in war mode if that might lower the amount of people farming this. But essentially you just go in a big loop all around the zone and mine all of the thorium veins, and you can get some very solid results from this farm. And along with that farm, I have another mining farm. We have the Molten Core farming. Now, the main things we are going to be doing is going into Molten Core, obviously not killing any of the bosses, but essentially running around for the first few, and as you can see on the map, going around and mining all of the dark iron ore. Now you have a very small chance of also getting the blood of the mountain, which is a very expensive material, goes for about 1,000 gold each. You can also get them from killing the molten destroyers, and overall you can expect to get some pretty solid results. Up next on the list, we have farming for the jelly deposits in Tiergard Sound. Now, this is an alliance-only farm, so I'm sorry to the Horde viewers out there, but what we're essentially doing is doing the jelly gathering. What this is for the Mount the Honeyback Harvester, which has its own faction. Now, there are tons of guide videos out there as to how to start, but essentially you need to have a bee companion and head up to this little hive queen area on the map. And essentially, you want to get to Revered, ideally. If you get to Revered, you're able to buy these uh, jelly goggles, I guess. And what they allow you to do is track all jelly deposits on the map, which really, really helps with the farming. Now, people will buy this jelly in order to increase their reputation, as you have to turn in the jelly in order to gain reputation the quickest way. One more little tip I'd like to add with this farm in particular is make sure to come over here and kill this big guy. Basically, you're able to kill and loot him once per day, and he drops some great results with jelly, and it is just a nice extra tip to do each and every day to boost your jelly results. And lastly on this list, I have an amazing farm, Island Expeditions. Now these are super great in terms of getting tons of great battle pets to sell, and along with that, and more importantly, getting some very rare and expensive transmog pieces. Now these are very easy to do, just come over here on the map and talk with this person. Queue up for Mythic, and it takes you about 6 to 7 minutes to do each of these. Along with that, once you complete it, you will get a bunch of doubloons, which you can turn in for crates, and each crate has a chance of having pets, even some mounts that, while not sellable, are cool to add to your collection. And most importantly, what we're after, the transmog pieces. Now, some of these transmogs can be very expensive, fetching over 100,000 gold, as a lot of these transmogs have unique appearances and they are highly sought after due to it being RNG. It's not anything guaranteed if they're going after a specific piece of gear, so sometimes they'll just rather buy it for that lucrative price. Alrighty guys, so that was the part 2 for the top 10 ways people are making millions in WoW. Like I said, this list is subjective and this list is not in any particular order for the most efficient to least efficient, but rather a list of great ideas for you guys to implement and give some a try. Make sure to check out my other gold making videos for more gold making content. And with that out of the way, have a great rest of your day, good luck with your auction house sales, and I shall see you in the next gold making video.